Hello everyone, this is part 2 of What If Naruto Came Back to Claim His Family's Name, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe, it gives me more motivation. Enjoy. So when will the Namikaze come? Asked one of the Hyuga elders. Any minute now, said Hashi Hyuga as the door to the elder meeting hall slowly opened and Hinata walked in dressed in an all-white dress required by all Hyuga women when in the Hyuga council room. Most honorable council members, may I present to you Naruto Namikaze, last of the Namikaze clan. Said Hinata as she stepped aside to let Naruto walked into the room. Unlike the Hyugas who were dressed in the finest robes, Naruto was dressed in his normal battle attire. His black clothing clashed with the all-white that the Hyugas elders were wearing. Naruto Namikaze, welcome and please have a seat, said another of the council members. Thank you and please call me Naruto, said Naruto as he sat down Indian style. Now will you please, what is so urgent that you require me right now? Naruto Namikaze, watch your tongue, said one of the Hyuga elders. In this hall we have rules. Elder Hyuga, I mean no disrespect, but I don't care but the rules of the Hyugas. I am not a Hyuga, so unless you have something important to tell me, I am leaving. Said Naruto as all the Hyuga, minus Hinata, glared at him. No one had ever threatened to leave the council in while they were in session. Naruto-kun, please show some respect, said Hinata. I am sorry Hinata, but my words are true. You guys demand that I show up as if I am you Hyugas own me. I am no owns me, so speak now or I will leave. Fine, said Hashi, we will get to the point. We want to know which of the clans you side with. What do you mean? Asked Naruto. Naruto-kun, you might not realize it but you hold a lot of power, said Hinata. Right, no, the village council is in two camps. Half the clans support us, the other half support the Uchiha clan. Your clan, as the 11-member, holds the deciding vote, said Hashi. So you want my clan's vote so that your clan can control the council, said Naruto. Yes, and in return for your help we are willing to support your rise to Hokage, said Hashi. Everyone just watched as Naruto as he closed his eyes thinking. Please Naruto-kun, pick the right one, thought Hinata as she tried to read Naruto's face. What do you pick? Asked Hashi. Do you side with us and get your dream or side with the Uchiha? It has always been my dream to be Hokage, said Naruto as all the Hyugas started to smile. However, I would rather give up that dream than obtain it through some backroom bargain. Therefore I will refuse you. As he finished speaking he stood up and started to make his way to the door. Naruto-kun, please rethink this, yelled Hinata. You are giving up on your dream. Hinata, I will not give up my dream but I will work for it. I refuse to let it be handed to me without me earning it, said Naruto. So you are siding with the Uchiha, said one of the elders. No, I side with Konoha and her people, said Naruto as he turned to face the Hyuga council. Unlike you all, I wear the leaf symbol wherever I go. I think not for the good of just my clan, I think of the good of everyone who call this village home. If your clan has a good idea that will help Konoha and her people, then I will support it, but I would do the same thing if the idea came from the Uchiha clan. While Naruto was finishing his speech, Hinata looked around the room and what Naruto had said was true. He was the only ninja that was wearing his headband. And here I thought that the Hyugas had changed. I guess I was wrong. Goodbye, said Naruto as he turned so fast that his black clock snapped in the air as he disappeared out the door. Well, that didn't go well, said one of the Hyuga elders. Indeed, we need a way to get his vote on our side, whatever it takes, said another of the elders. My daughter, did you call him Naruto-kun? Asked Hiashi as Hinata stared to blush. Yes, father. Good, I want you to start dating him, said Hiashi as Hinata eyes widened. If you can make him fall in love with you, he will be more willing to fall in line with our line of thinking. Hinata was so happy she had just gotten permission to date Naruto-kun. Thank you, father. However, it will take some time, said Hinata as she bowed. Why would it take time? You are from one of the most powerful clans in the city. He would be a fool to refuse a date from you, said Hiashi. Father, he loves another and now I think she has started to love him back, said Hinata with a hint of hate in her voice. Who? From what clan? asked one of the elders. Sakura from the Haruno clan, said Hinata with even more hate in her voice. A Haruno, said one of the elders, their clan is nothing compared to us, why would he want to date her? Her clan brings nothing that can help his clan get more power. Her clan isn't even on the council. Love is foolish, one should only marry for power and the good of the clan, said Hiyashi. Don't worry daughter, we will take care of the Haruno. Sakura walked home with a smile on her face and little Juno in her arms. The moment she entered her apartment, little Juno ran around jumping onto the couch and yipping in a happy tone, making Sakura laugh at the sight of this little white fox. However, soon little Juno calmed down and just watched over Sakura's shoulder as read one of her medical books. Soon it was time for bed, and as Sakura climbed into her bed, little fox pup followed her. Sakura watched as Juno went to the edge of her bed before curing up into a small white ball. The next morning she woke to a loud beeping from her alarm clock. Shut up, however Juno had a different idea. Suddenly Sakura felt something lick her face. Juno, laughed Sakura as she rolled over only to see Juno looking at her with cute little eyes. After making some breakfast, Sakura heard a knock at the door. Coming, said Sakura as she opened the door to see Ino standing there. Hello forehead girl, said Ino as she and Sakura sat down at the small table. I have today off, do you want to go shopping? Sorry, no. I have another training session with Naruto-kun today, said Sakura. Does this training session take place in the bedroom? Asked Ino as winked at her friend. No, said Sakura as she blushed, we haven't even kissed yet. So I am betting that you almost kissed him, said Ino as a smirk. Sometimes I really hate you Ino. So tell me what stopped you too, said Ino as Sakura face fell. Hinata showed up to invite Naruto-kun to some meeting with the Hyuga Council, said Sakura as Ino's eyes filled with dread. What is it? Sasuke-kun told me that they might try to persuade him to see things their way, said Ino. What would they try to persuade him to do? Asked Sakura. Now that Naruto is back, his clan's vote is the 11th vote in a split council, said Ino. So his vote is the tiebreaker, said Sakura. Yeah, and I am sorry to say that Naruto is now in the middle of two powers both after his vote, said Ino. What are the two camps? Asked Sakura. Well, the first group is led by the Hyugas, the second is led by Sasuke-kun, stated Ino. So are you guys going to try to persuade Naruto-kun? Asked Sakura as Ino saw a look of protectiveness in her friend's eyes that she had never seen before. Of course not, Sasuke-kun knows that Naruto will make up his own mind, said Ino. Suddenly she heard a yip coming from behind her. She looked only to see a white animal sitting on the counter looking out at the two of them with little black eyes. Now Juno, how did you get up there? Laughed Sakura as both watched as the little animal jumped down onto a stool before jumping onto a box before finally reaching the floor. Now I see why Naruto-kun says that foxes are smart. Foxes, said a stunned Ino. Why do you have a fox, Sakura? Well, she was a gift from Naruto-kun. He raises and trains ninja foxes, said Sakura as Ino nodded. Suddenly Sakura slapped her head. Crap, I am supposed to meet Naruto in 10 minutes. In a flash Sakura grabbed her gear and Juno, Ino, can you lock the door for me? Sure thing forehead girl, said Ino as Sakura tossed her friend the keys. Supper my place at 7, that is, you're not too busy with Naruto. Sure, said Sakura as she and Juno disappeared around the corner. It is about that those two got together, thought Ino before the entire apartment went up in an exposition. Outside the apartment Sakura looked up to see a wall of flames coming from her apartment. Ino, screamed Sakura as she ran toward her now destroyed apartment. When she arrived the fires were still huge. At that moment Juno jumped out of her hands and ran into the fire. Juno, Sakura heard yelps coming from inside the towering flames. Somehow she knew what Juno was saying for her to come inside. So Sakura ran inside the flaming ruins of her home only to find Juno sitting in front of Ino's body. Good job, Juno, Sakura said as she picked both her friend and pet, carrying them out of the fire just as the ambu showed up. What happened here? Asked one of the ambu. Stand back, yelled Sakura as she started to clear her friend's lungs of smoke and checking for other damage. Good, she will live, said Sakura as she studied the outward appearance of her friend. Most of her blonde hair gone, she also had second and third degree burns on her face, arms and legs. Suddenly she noticed little Juno walking Ino's face and that she was licking Ino's burnt F. However, what stunned her was the fact that the third-degree burns were turning into second-degree burns before final disappearing altogether. Juno was somehow removing her friend's burns. Sakura, what happened? Asked Shizune as she appeared at her friend's now destroyed apparement. I don't know. Ino came over asking if I wanted to go shopping, but I had to leave for a training session with Naruto-kun and I was late, so I asked Ino to lock the door when she left. However, after I left, the whole place exploded, said Sakura as she watched her friend get taken away by the Ambu to the hospital. When I ran back, the whole place was in flames. Then Juno. What? Who's Juno? Asked Shizune. Juno is the fox pup Naruto-kun gave me yesterday, said Sakura as she bent down and picked up the little white fox and held her to her chest. She ran into the fire and found Ino badly burned and knocked out. That is when I carried both out of the fire, said Sakura. Okay, but how did you remove the burns so fast? Asked Shizune. I don't think even Lady Hokage couldn't have removed burns that fast. I don't know, but Juno licked Ino's wounds and they started to go away, said Sakura. Shizune, do you think we can do this after I make sure that Ino will be okay? Okay, said Shizune as she and Sakura went to make sure Ino was okay. Naruto stood in the hospital lobby waiting to hear word about Ino and to see Sakura. At the moment, both Sakura and Tsunade were busy treating Ino's wounds. Naruto-kun, said a voice behind him. Hello Hinata, said Naruto calmly, not even looking at her. Naruto, I am so sorry to hear about the blast at Sakura's apparement. I hope that is she okay, said Hinata, unaware that Naruto had tuned his ears into her heartbeat and knew that she was lying about the last part. Hinata, Sakura-chan is fine, she had just left before the blast happened, said Naruto as angry ran through Hinata's body. Oh, that's great news, said Hinata, although inside her mind she was screaming, damn, the witch lives, the council failed. Yeah, but Ino was in the apartment though, said Naruto, they're taking care of her right now. I see, said Hinata as a nurse walked up to Naruto. They are out of surgery, said the nurse, they are currently in room 344 inches. As soon as Naruto found out where Sakura was at, he disappeared up the stairs. Sakura-chan, are you alright? Asked Naruto as he hugged Sakura in the hallway outside Ino's hospital room. I am fine, said Sakura as she hugged him back. Ino took the full force of the blast, but no one knows what caused my apparement to blow up. We are working on that, Sakura, said Tsunade as she exited Ino's room. However, Sasuke had choose to sit by Ino's bed and in a rare scene of public caring hold Ino's hand and look at his girlfriend with tenderness in his eyes. Outside the room, Tsunade smiled when she saw the two people she considered her children hugging each other. However, I do have a question for you, Naruto. What is it? Sakura says that this little fox licked Ino's burns and they went away, said Tsunade. Okay, how? Asked Sakura. Well, that is simple, Juno must be a medical fox, said Naruto as the two women looked at him. Okay, I will explain. There are 5 types of ninja foxes. The first is combat, which are the strongest and most common. Second is the spy, they are the smallest and the stealthiest. Next comes the massages, they are the weakest but the fastest, great for sending messages from one place to another. Then come trackers, who are a mix of combat and spy foxes who are highly trained in finding people. Lastly is the medical fox, they are the rarest because they can use the chakra in their body to heal just like a normal medical ninjas. So you're saying Juno is one of these medical fox? Asked Sakura. I guess it is the only thing that would make sense, responded Naruto. But how did she know how to heal Ino's burns? Asked Tsunade. Juno probably saw you remove a burner as you read a book about it, said Naruto. I was reading a medical book last night and one chapter was about burn treatments, said Sakura. Well, that's where she learned it then, said Naruto as he looked over to the cushioned chair where the white fur ball slept. She must be exhausted to have to sleep so early. It is a good thing that Juno belongs to you, Sakura-chan. Why? Because with the right training in the medical field she could be just as good at healing people as the normal medical ninja, and I know next to nothing about medical justu, said Naruto. A match made in Haven, said Tsunade, thinking about both Sakura and Juno and Naruto and Sakura. Sakura-chan, if you don't have a place to stay you can stay at my house, offered Naruto. Thanks Naruto, but first I want to see if I can save anything from my apparement, said Sakura. Okay, but do you mind if I come with you just to make sure you're safe? Asked Naruto. Naruto, I will be fine, I can take care of myself, said Sakura as she went and picked up the still sleeping Juno, who was so sleepy that she didn't wake up as Sakura picked her up. I know that, Sakura-chan, but that still doesn't stop me from worrying about your safety after all, you almost s. I just don't want to lose you, Sakura-chan, said Naruto as Sakura fought back tears at the last part of his speech. Okay, you can come with me, said Sakura as they headed to Sakura apartment. They managed to save about 4 bags of things, mostly her clothing. However, she did lose the last picture of her now-s mother. They eat supper in relative quilt. Sakura was tired after her apartment being destroyed and her friend almost s. Sakura walked into her room that Naruto had given her. The room was 2 times the size of her bedroom back at her apartment. It came with a huge bed in the center of the room. Good night, Sakura-chan, said Naruto, and don't worry, my foxes are on full alert, no one is getting in without me knowing. So sleep well, Sakura-chan. Sakura went to bed, little Juno sleeping next to her. This bed is so nice and soft, thought Sakura. But I bet Naruto's is softer, said inner Sakura, and he is just down the hall. Yeah, said Sakura as she fell asleep in the early morning hours. She awoke, bathroom, she thought as she walked back from the bathroom she heard voices coming from a room down the hall. Do you really think the Hyugas would really try to kill Sakura-chan just to get me to vote on their side? Said Naruto as Sakura looked in through the creak in between the doors. The room was a study room filled with books and a fireplace. The only light came from a fire in the fireplace. Naruto was sitting in one of the chairs and someone else was sitting in the other. It is the most likely answer, Kit. With Sakura out of the way, Hinata could try to make you love her. That way she could persuade you to her clan's point of view, said a deep male voice that Sakura couldn't place. Like I could love anyone but Sakura-chan, said Naruto, I've loved her since I was 7 years old. He loves me, said Sakura to herself as her heart fluttered. I know that, Kit, I watched it all, said the male voice. Who is he talking to? Asked Sakura. If I knew that they would have tried to kill Sakura-chan, I would have sided with them to keep her safe, said Naruto. You may not have a tail or anything like that, Kit, but you do have some fox nature in you, Kit, and a fox is willing to keep their mate alive, said the male voice. We are not mates, said Naruto. Yeah, I know, but it is only a matter of time. Both of you love each other. I see how you two look at each other, said the voice. I hope that is true, but how will she react to you? Look what you took away from her, said Naruto. I am sorry for what I did. I told you why I did that. If I known what it was a trick, I wouldn't have come here, said the voice. I never said I blame you for that. I know that you were tricked to coming here. However, that doesn't matter right now. We have to worry about Sakura-chan's safety. That is all that matters, said Naruto. No, that is not everything, Kit. You must not bow to the Hyuga's demands. If they get control of the council and this village, they will do more damage than I ever did. Agreed. Now let's get our training session over before Sakura-chan wakes up and sees you, said Naruto as Sakura started to tiptoe away. She stood behind her door looking out into the hallway. Okay, Kit, said the voice. Let's go, Kyubi, said Naruto as Sakura stopped in her place unable to move. Kyubi, he can't be talking about the demon fox, said Sakura as Naruto and a fox that came up to his waist came walking out of the room. Sakura's eyes fixed on the fox. It was reddish-orange with red eyes. However, it was the tails that caught her eye. It had 9 tails, it was the demon fox. If that is the demon fox, then why don't I feel like running and why do I feel safe? He killed my father, thought Sakura. Maybe it was the way he walks next to Naruto-kun. It is the same way that Juno walks next to us, like a very good friend, not an enemy, said inner Sakura as Kyubi stopped right in front of her door. Come on out, Sakura, I know you're there, said Kyubi as he turned and started directly into her eyes. Slowly she opened the door. Naruto-kun, I think you have some explaining to do, said Sakura as she looked down at the Kyubi. Sakura sat in the same room that Naruto was talking to the Kyubi only a little bit ago. Sitting across from her was Naruto with the fox sitting on the ground facing her as they began their story. The sun picking through the windows as Naruto finished the tale. Sakura-chan, I hope that you can understand this. Sakura just sat there stunned as what she had just heard. Her blonde friend had carried a heavy burden since birth. She had always wondered why everyone hated him. Now it made sense. Naruto had carried the nine-tailed fox inside him since his father sealed it in him at birth. So you have the nine-tailed fox sealed in you? Asked Sakura. No, not anymore, but I have his summoning scroll, therefore I can summon him into the real world whenever I want. In fact, apart from the times when he wants to take a nap, he stays in this world. Said Naruto before looking back at the ground. I would understand if you wanted to leave and never speak to me again. Naruto, I would never leave you. You stopped the fox from destroying the village. You are a hero, said Sakura as she rubbed Naruto's cheek. You have no idea what that means to me, Sakura-chan, said Naruto as tears filled his eyes. The villagers only saw me as the fox itself, not as a person. What do you mean? Asked Sakura. Kit, let me show her, said the Kyuubi as Naruto nodded. Show me what? Asked Sakura. Sakura, I have the ability to show you Kit's memories. You will see how he was treated as he grew up. Okay, said Sakura as one of the Kyuubi's tails touched each of their foreheads. Suddenly Sakura found herself in a strange place. The wall where Buri, however, two figures came in. Clearly one was a 5-year-old blonde boy, Naruto, and some older lady. Where am I? You are in one of Kit's earliest memory, Sakura, said Kyuubi as he appeared next to Sakura. Where is Naruto? I am sorry, Sakura, but I can't bring Naruto into his own memories, said the Kyuubi before going back to explain what was going on. Right now we are in the orphanage that Naruto spent the first 5 years of life. Sakura watched as little Naruto walked up to the lady. Excuse me, but why don't I get to eat like the others? Asked younger Naruto as he held his stomach. Because demons like you don't deserve food, yelled the woman as she began hitting Naruto with a wooden stick. What is she doing? All he asked for was some food, yelled Sakura as she clenched her fist as young Naruto curled up into a ball for protection as the stick came down on him faster and harder. She is taking out her anger of me, on Naruto, sighed Kyuubi before the image faded. Sakura, why do you think Naruto eat like a pig every time he got a chance when he was younger? I don't know, said Sakura as the image faded and replaced by another, this one of Naruto eating some sort of brown grow with mold on it. What is he doing eating that you can see the mold growing on that thing? That is what Kit got for food, only 3 times at most a mouth at the orphanage, said Kyuubi. When he was younger, Sakura, they tried to starve him to death. So he eats so much because he remembers being starved by the people at the orphanage as a kid, said Sakura as her fist became tear in anger and tears formed in her eyes. And I always called him a pig for eating so much food. That is then the image changed to an older Naruto, maybe 6 years old, running down the street. What am I looking at now? Asked Sakura, afraid of what she will see next. You will see, said the Kyuubi sadly as younger Naruto fell to the ground with a kunai in his leg. I got him, said a man as he appeared along with a crowd of people as Naruto began crawling away. Stop, why are you casing me? Asked Naruto as he tried to crawl away, but the mob gathered around him. Like you don't know, demon, yelled a woman in the group as the mob began beating and kicking him. That went on for a few minutes. Sakura watched in horror as little Naruto's jaw was broken and his body began to be covered with bruises and cuts. Stop, yelled a younger version of a woman that Sakura works with at the hospital. The Hokage has ordered that he is to live, so go home. You know that he is the demon, he needs to rest, yelled the man who threw the kunai into Naruto's leg. Go home now, yelled the ninja as the crowd began to disperse, but not before giving Naruto a kick or two to his L as a going away present. Thank God someone came to help, said Sakura as she watched Naruto slowly stand up, holding his ribs with one hand as the other was badly broken. Thank you, said Naruto as he smiled at the woman. Suddenly Naruto got slapped hard across this face, sending him flying into the nearby wall. Sakura started in awe at the younger version at her co-worker. She was always so kind, always so caring to children. Now Sakura was watching as she turned away from a child who needs medical help. Never talk to me again, you demon filthy, I should have let that mood kill you, said her co-worker before she walked away from Naruto as his blood stained the wall and as it started raining. Now Sakura was in tears. Why would they do that to him? He was just a kid. Because of me, Naruto had to stand beatings like this almost daily until he became a ninja 6 years later, said the fox as Sakura, eyes wide. She could hardly deal looking at it once but every day for 6 years. That was unimaginable. Didn't anyone show him any kindness as he grew up? Asked Sakura, hoping that Naruto had some good memories. Before Naruto went to the alchemy, There was only one person who ever showed him any form of kindness, said the QB as the image changed to a sunning day in one of the many parks around the village. There, a 7-year-old Naruto sat under a tree watching the kids play. Suddenly a little girl wearing a hat walked up to him. "Hello, do you want to play a game?" asked the girl as Naruto looked at her. "Sure, I am Naruto Uzumaki," said Naruto as he held out his hand. The girl took it. "Hello, I am Sakura Haruno," said the little girl as older Sakura eyes widened. The little girl was her. The hat must mean it was time that she was still embarrassed about her pink hair. "I like your hair, it is the same as my friend Ino's." "How come you wear a hat, Sakura?" asked Naruto as younger Sakura gripped onto her hat. "My hair is horrible, so I hid it," said little Sakura. "Let me see it, please," said Naruto as younger Sakura slowly took off her hat to show her pink hair. "Your hair looks great. It goes great with your eyes." "You think so?" asked Sakura as Naruto nodded. "Sakura, where are you?" yelled a voice that Sakura remembered as her mother. Suddenly her mother appeared next to younger Sakura. The moment she saw Naruto, she kicked him hard into the tree. "Mom, what are you doing?" yelled little Sakura as she ran to Naruto's side. "Are you okay, Naruto?" "Sakura, get back here now," yelled Sakura's mother. However, younger Sakura didn't move until her mother held her away from Naruto's side. Then the image went black. "Sakura, you were the first person to show Naruto any form of kindness. On that day he started to fall in love with you, Sakura," said QB as the room turned black. "Now you know some of the things Naruto went through as a kid. If you had not come around, it is likely that Kit would have become like Gaara, a mindless king machine." Suddenly Sakura found herself back in Naruto's house. Without even thinking, she launched onto him and started crying. "Naruto, I am so sorry, I didn't know," wailed Sakura into Naruto's chest as Naruto's finger laced through her hair. "It's okay, Sakura-chan, I don't have to deal with those things anymore," whispered Naruto into Sakura's ear. However, suddenly Naruto stopped what he was doing. "What is it?" asked Sakura as both she and QB looked up at him. "I can smell smoke and hear rumbling," said Naruto as he ran toward the door with Sakura and QB behind them. Naruto looked out toward the village to see 3 giant gray snakes rampaging through the village. Each of the snakes had the sound sign on their heads. The village was under another surprise attack by the Sound Village. "Sakura, we have to move," said Naruto as he walked back into his house and grabbed his gear, and QB disappeared in a puff of fire. "I know," Naruto responded Sakura as she too grabbed her gear. "No, Juno, you stay here." The little fox pup looked on sadly as her master left to join Naruto by the exit. "You ready?" asked Naruto. "Yes, but it will take some time to get across the entire village," said Sakura. "No, it won't, Sakura, hug me and hold on tight," said Naruto as Sakura gave him a look. "Just trust me." Slowly Sakura did what she was told. A second later Sakura felt her feet leave the ground as air rushed past her. As soon as it stopped, she found herself in front of the hospital clear across town. "How did we get her so fast?" asked Sakura as she let go of Naruto. "My family's Justu," said Naruto. "Sorry, Sakura, but I have to go." Without even thinking, Sakura kissed Naruto on the cheek. "Just come back, alive and in one piece," said Sakura as she walked away, leaving a stunned Naruto standing there rubbing his cheek with a smile on his face before disappearing in a flash of yellow light. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.